What's good, everybody? DJ Tekromancer here, and I'm bringing you a Layer of Darkness structure deck. Such pure 3 Layer of Darkness structure deck together and with a side deck, just in case you feel like the consistency is not working, you can swap out. So let's get started. So of course, you gotta go with the boss monster, 3 Darkest Diablos. And it's really good in the deck, especially when you get Arima. I'll explain more of that later. 3, Lilith, Lady of the Lameth. She's really good. You'll want to search her out, hopefully with tour guide, or get her special summoning with Stygian Street Patrol. I'll go over that more a little bit later as well. Arima the Wicked. That card is very important in this deck. So you could pitch this card to get Layer of Darkness, which you really want right away with this deck. And also, this card can help you either draw or also search your Darkest Diablos and get him off of the effect onto the field. So really good card. Definitely want to play 3 of them. Next, Stygian Street Patrol. So Stygian Street Patrol is a really good card. So what you want to have him do is you want him to be in your graveyard or use him as your target for hand destruction to pitch. Then just banish him to get your Lilith out, and she'll be out special summoned at 4K. Not 4K, 2K. There you go. Duke Shade of the Sinister Shadow Lord. Okay, so what I like about Duke Shade is he's more if you're trying to go for the Monarch field, but he also can boost himself attributing a lot of monsters. So he's kind of good mid-game when you get Laminate or Darkness out and you have a lot of tokens out to the field. Sack the tokens, get him out. When he dies or go to the graveyard, you can get a Monarch, a vanity thing, so you can lock down the special summons. So that way, get a virus activated, shut down, mind crush what they got in the hand, and then bring out vanity seed to shut down special summons. And it's kind of like a full lock play. Okay, 2 Phantom of Chaos. You can just run 1, but you kind of want to see it because basically what Phantom of Chaos becomes is like you banish, say Lilith, because she's the perfect target for it. Banish Lilith out of your graveyard. This card becomes Lilith and in effect, stats, and everything. So it's really good, and it gets you more plays with Lilith, and therefore, you know, you can search your deck for normal trap cards. I'm playing 1 Vanity Thing, just 1. I didn't want to clog up the deck with 2 at the moment, but it's good and it does come to me. However, we'll talk about more options later with the starter deck, not starter deck, the side deck. Prometheus, King of Shadow. He's a good late game card. Basically what you do is with him, you summon him out and you banish a whole bunch of dark monsters from your graveyard, and he gains 400 attack for each. So good late game card. Come in, swing, and then it's basically over. 1 tour guide. She basically, the only target she has is Lilith in this deck, but hey, that's good. You get Lilith, special summon, and then what's the good thing is if you have Lilith out with tour guide after you special summon, she's at 2K, and you got to target the sack for Lilith's effect or one of the virus cards if you have a virus card. So really good. Now we're gonna go into my spells. Triple Layer of Darkness. It is kind of the heart and soul of this deck. Allows you to, it generates like Fiend tokens, but also turns your opponent's monsters to dark monsters. So it allows you to tribute your opponent's monsters for card effects, in which a lot of these card effects, like Lilith, like Arima, are live and you just contribute like a pesky monster, get rid of it, and it's all good to go. Now I know what you're gonna think, only run 2 allures. I know some people are like, but Bree, it's a dark deck, you should run 3. Yes, I agree, I should be running 3. However, my problem with allure, I like allure, but my problem with it is you have to banish to get your draw 2. So I run 2 so that way I can keep more of the strategy in my graveyard versus, you know, banishing it. I run 2 hand destruction, also a really good card with this deck, but the thing is I don't run 3 because you want to make sure that you have appropriate targets to toss to get it out. So appropriate targets would be something like Stygian. Another appropriate target would be your Vanity Thing, because with Vanity Thing you can get him back off of Duke Shade. So hand destruction is really good, but you want to have targets to toss, so that way you're not tossing like, I don't know, a Lair of Darkness or a Rima or something like that just to get hand destruction to be played. Or you could toss the other hand destruction just to get it off, but there you go. 2 Reoccurring Nightmares. It's a really good card, lets you get back 2 dark monsters with a defense of 0. So that means Arima, Lilith, there's somebody else you can get with this. Arima 0, Phantom of Chaos, all of those targets can come back off of that card. 2 Fires of Doomsday. What I like about this card is you can activate it during the end of your opponent's turn, get 2 tokens, and then, like, say for instance you don't have Lair of Darkness or Arima right away, that's an easy way to get Darkest Diablos out. It's also really good to set up one of your cards that need the tribute, like Arima or Lilith, so you can get their effect. It's also a good setup to play it, and then good with Crush Card Virus. Very good with Crush Card Virus. So if, like, for instance, you want to load up like 3 Crush Card Viruses, I would definitely recommend this card, because that way you have tokens that you can sacrifice versus sacrificing some of your monsters in your deck. 1 Boogie Trap. I know it's a late game card, but I kind of like the idea of, if you have this card and you already played, like, say one of your virus cards or Mind Crush, you can toss like a Stygian and a Vanity Thing and get a trap back to set you up for another strategy later. All right, now for the traps. 3 Mind Crush is really good in the deck, especially since a lot of people search and stuff like that. You can definitely just get a target, get rid of it, or play one of your virus cards. Once you see something that's pesky and harmful, you can Mind Crush it, and everything else is the virus cards. So remember I said earlier, Crush Card, really good with tokens. Technically, Grinning Grave is good too with tokens, because it says 3,000 or less attack, but you kind of want to pop this card with a at least with a 2K. So yes, you can use one of the tokens with it, but you'd rather use something like Lilith or Darkest Diablos. And as long as you got Arima, you can bring Darkest Diablos right back to pop this card. The other virus cards, it's just dependent on what you got out on the field. Most of these would trigger if you have Darkest Diablos out, or Lilith. But most of them, your target is going to be Darkest Diablos, have Arima out, so that way when you pop these virus cards, you sacrifice with Arima, and Arima can get that Darkest Diablos effect the trigger, and he'll come right back. So it's really good with Darkest Diablos. All right, so that's the main deck. Oh yeah, by the way, don't forget to sleeve your tokens, because you're gonna be using them in this deck. All right, now for the side deck. I got 1 Vanity Thing, 2 legendary Madre Garzette, Caius Minarch, and an Inferno Dragon. I was actually, when I was originally playing it, I was playing the dragon version of it, but the problem with the dragon version of it is you don't get enough tokens to sacrifice for Inferno Dragon to constantly come back. Plus, you know, also running Diablos is not bad. It's just that the synergy of the deck is more around this type ordeal. Like for instance, you can take Duke Shade and run kind of more of a Monarch build. You can go Legendary Garzette as more as your win condition. Later on, you could take Phantom out. So it's all dependent on what you want to do. I just got one Inferno Dragon because he does come back after a token. So if you can get the Lair of Darkness going, he's actually good when Lair of Darkness is going. But I got more of a Monarch strategy for when Lair of Darkness is getting shut down and stuff like that. So you can go more Monarch special summon and shut down special summons and just go with beat sticks. Okay, a Hand Destruction, a Reoccurring Nightmare, another Fires of Doomsday, another Boogie Trap, and another Allure. According to what you're gonna need, in deck, like say if you need more draw power, get an Allure. If you feel like you need tokens, get Fires of Doomsday. If you feel like you need to get your monsters back faster from the graveyard, go Reoccurring. Or if you need to extra pitch, Hand Destruction. So you, or if you need to get another trap back, Boogie Trap. So a little bit of everything in this side deck just to help you get what you need according to the situation. Now, for the traps, 2 Sinister Ushiros, 3 Dark Lights. What I like about this card, now this card I really like. I was actually playing it in my dragon version of Darkest Diablos, but like I said, it wasn't all that consistent. Dark Light gets rid of special summons, period. So you tribute one dark monster with 15 or more attack, and then destroy all special summon monsters that were special summoned that turn, which is really good. So if you got an opponent that's like, okay, he synchroed, he linked, he exceed, he did a whole bunch of special summons that turn, so that's to set up a board, sack one monster, Dark Light, it's gone. So really good. I would definitely recommend running 3 of these if you side deck, like take like maybe 3 of the virus cards and put 3 of these in, because you'll still have 2 virus cards. I recommend maybe Epidemic, Full Force, Deck Devastation, or Crush Card, because Crush Card is easy to get too, and then run these. Now Sinister Ushiro is if you go more for like a Monarch build, what this does is each turn you can 1 level 5 or higher theme monster you can normal summon can be summoned without tributing. If exactly 1 normal summon monster and set level 5 or higher theme monster card with no other cards would be destroyed, you can send this to the graveyard instead. So it's easy tribute for your monarchs, and you can toss it to protect them, which is really good. So I like that. However, if you're trying to do the whole thing with Duke Shade, you might not want to toss this to the graveyard to protect them right away. So it is what it is. Well, I want to give a shout out to Marcus and Walker for letting me get these decks. Originally, I wasn't going to be able to get these decks, but I want to thank them for allowing me to get the Lair of Darkness deck. Please like and subscribe this video, and tell me what you think about my build. All right, this is Tekromancer. Peace, love, chicken grease, and stay gaming. And I will see you in the next video.